Oh, God. What's going on, guys? My name is Serar. Welcome to the first fishing video on the new Serar Fish and Game channel. Today, I wanted to give you guys a little bit of background on me and the fishing side of Serar Fish and Game, why I have such a passion for it, and just kind of my background into fishing. So typically the first question I get when I tell people that I like fishing is, oh, what do you fish for? What kind of fish do you catch? And the simple answer is everything. Now, that's not to say that I don't prefer certain types of fish to others. Of course I do. But I've gone to the ocean and fished in 300 feet of water and caught all sorts of fish. I've gone into lakes and caught all sorts of fish. I've gone into streams up in the mountain and caught a bunch of different types of fish as well. So the general rule of thumb for me when people ask me that question is anything that swims. And having caught stuff like pelicans and turtles, I can genuinely say, yeah. But outside of just wanting to catch anything, obviously, I am a bass fisherman. Largemouth, smallmouth, spotted bass. I catch them all. I'm like Ash Ketchum, but for fishing. So I started off fishing for trout and all those variety of species, bluegill, etc. When I was really young, my dad used to take me out, and it was just a fun thing that we did, family bonding, and a way for me to get out of the house. Well, come around to late high school, I started to take it a lot more serious. I'm a very competitive person. I played sports through high school, so I'm very competitive. And I got that way about fishing as well. So when I was in later high school, junior year, senior year, started entering some trout tournaments at a local lake to where I was at in Southern California. And I did pretty well. I won multiple tournaments up there. Just biggest one fish, biggest five fish. They had a couple different awards for that, and I was able to actually multiple awards during tournaments. So then after I kind of not really got bored of that, but got busy, didn't want to make the drive over there, wanted to stay local, started getting into bass fishing. Now, bass fishing, for those of you that don't know, is much more extensive than, your typical, I'm going to sit back, drink a beer, and just throw a worm out there and wait. There's a lot more to it. Let me give you an example. Each one of those rods has a purpose. There's a time when I would throw a bait like this, like 2 inches long, right? But there's also a time where I would throw a bait like this. It's 6.5 inches long, 7 inches long. This thing's massive. I've had people come up to me and they're like, "Hey, you caught a fish?" And I just look at them and I look at the bait. I'm like, nope. And I always find that funny because I have multiple baits like this. And people always come up to me, they're like, "Oh my," or like it's normally kids, they're like, "Oh my God, you got a fish." I'm like, no, not quite. So catch a bigger one, I promise. I've done it. Now, of course, the collection of rods and stuff and all my tackle that you see behind me was over years and years of just fishing, gathering stuff, buying stuff. I started off with one rod and one bait, figured out how to catch fish doing that, and then I just learned. I used a lot of different sources. I used professional tournaments. I used local friends of mine who were really good. And I just started to just learn this information and a bit more and more and more, and I just wanted to learn more, and I wanted to catch more fish, and I just wanted to get to where these big guys were at, because there's guys in various tournament circuits made by FLW, MLF, BASS that run multi-million-dollar tournaments if you count all the prize pools. So when you get up into the more professional side of fishing, it can be a lifestyle, a career. So after those trout tournaments towards later high school, I also decided to start fishing those bass tournaments. Found a little club where I grew up and started fishing my local lakes in these tournaments and did pretty well. It was more for the learning experience, I would say, than it was for actually trying to win money. The money wasn't that great. It was there for the experience, for the camaraderie, for just getting better and having fun. But that doesn't mean I wasn't competitive. That doesn't mean I didn't want to win. Of course I did. And I won. I won one tournament. I got multiple top threes, but I won one tournament. It was one of my favorite tournaments ever. There were 40 different anglers there, and I was the only one to catch a fish that actually kept. Now, when I say a fish that actually kept, I'll get into that later. This is more of just a background of me. Don't worry about that detail right now. So that's a pretty simple background of me and fishing. I don't really want to go into it too much more. As more videos come out, more educational videos, I will probably just be telling a bunch of stories to go along with my videos. Just because I have so many different experiences with a lot of the things I'm going to be talking about. So that's going to be it for this video today, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys have any other specific questions, drop them in the comments down below. I'll try and get to them. And if you guys have any suggestions for things you want to learn about fishing, please leave them in the comments. I'll try and make a video about them. And yeah, I will see you guys in the next video. Peace out.